So the wicked motives that drove many federal and state governments imbecilic reactions to COVID-19 are surfacing in abundance. Their blunders are now coming up. And soon everyone will accept the knowledge that these people are absolutely blind and wicked shepherds. Now, on this note, let's consider this. Over 86,500 people have reportedly died in the United States from the coronavirus. And the fear generated by those deaths is driving the public policy debate. But that number is a dramatic overcount. Our metrics include deaths that have nothing to do with the virus. The problem is even worse as the Center for Disease Control overcounts even some of these cases, and the government has created financial incentives for this misreporting. Relying on these flawed numbers is destroying businesses, jobs, and costing lives. Medical examiners in Michigan use the same definition. Macomb and Oakland counties, where most of the deaths occurred, medical examiners classify any deaths as coronavirus deaths when the postmortem test is positive. Even people who died in suicides and automobile accidents meet this definition. Classifications go beyond even these broad categories. New York is classifying cases as corona deaths even when postmortem tests have been negative. Despite negative tests, classifications are based on symptoms, even though the symptoms are often very similar to those of the seasonal flu. The Centers for Disease Control guidance explicitly acknowledges the uncertainty that doctors can face. When coronavirus cases are suspected, they advise doctors that it is acceptable to report COVID-19 on the death certificate. That isn't just a theoretical issue. On April 21st, when New York City's death toll rose above 10,000, the New York Times reported that the city included 3,700 additional people who were presumed to have died of the coronavirus but had never tested positive. A more than 50% increase in the number of cases. Well, you can get that New York Times article and read it for yourself. Well, how long has this criminal activity been going on? Exaggerating the number of COVID-19 deaths for the benefit of a few people. Even worse, look at all the hands in government, in the medical profession, and in the mass news media that are complicit in this treasonous deception, which has robbed people of their jobs, retirement funds, and opportunities for their children. Now, I wonder if Governor Andrew Cuomo was aware of any of this, since he has his hat in his hand asking for nearly $500 billion in federal assistance in order to keep New York afloat. Other governors are hoping to be rescued as well. Meanwhile, Congress is fluttering on approving any additional bailout packages. That's not even a catch-22. That's not even a quagmire. That's damn near approaching a death trap.